Welcome back. One of the really great days in racing at Caulfield yesterday. I guess if you look in the overall scheme of things and talk about quality racing, Caulfield Guineas Day is right there with Derby Day, Cox Plate, Golden Slipper Day and Doncaster Derby Day in Sydney, one of the big five. And Keith Hillier, welcome Keith, it didn't let us down yesterday. One of the very great weight for age races, the Caulfield Stakes yesterday. You go a long, long way and spend a lot of years trying to find a better field and a better race.
Yes, Bruce, Dr. Jeff Chapman, the Sydney trainer, said he had not seen a race with more depth in it in his experience as a trainer. That was before the race. After the race, he said there were 5 great horses in that race and they ran 1 to 5.
Well, I'm going to make a statement here. I reckon Shaftesbury Avenue is the best horse Bart Cummings has had since Galilee. His adaptability is remarkable. To think that he could win a Lightning Stakes and a Newmarket and lead a Newmarket field and now be favourite for a Cox Plate. Can you remember a horse winning the Newmarket and the Cox Plate in the 1 year?
No, I can't, Bruce, but I'm not going to argue with you on this occasion because we would vie for the chairmanship of the Shaftesbury Avenue fan club, wouldn't we? I think he's a fabulous horse too, and I hope he goes to Japan. He's been inoculated, and there's a chance now that he'll go to the Japan Cup.
Well, you're going this year, aren't you? I mean, were you there for Better Loosen Up last year?
No, I wasn't. I wished I had been, but I'll be there for sure this year, and I hope that Shaftesbury Avenue goes, Bruce.
He really is a super horse. I mean, Gouchy, I thought, rode a super race yesterday. The Gouch was at his absolute top. Yes,
he was. He had 3 wins yesterday. We mentioned a couple of weeks ago on this program how well he was riding. He justified that yesterday. And Bart Cummings, well, he stated the obvious. He said the Gouch has got his confidence back. He said, and I'm going to give him a chance to win his first Cox Plate on Shaftesbury Avenue.
OK, Keith, there were 12 horses in the race with the stylish Century in, and before he went out and had won more than $18 million in prize money. Let's go to the Caulfield Stakes. Shaftesbury Avenue sitting on the pace.
900 metres left to go. Palace Guest by a length to Shaftesbury Avenue. Moving up just in behind them, Dr. Grace, followed by Shivers Revenge Citizen. A length and a half to Rough Habit is gaining ground rapidly along the inside, followed by Durbridge, Weekend Delight, Castletown, Superimpose improving. And Lee's Bit as they come up in the direction of the home turn. 600 to go, and Shaftesbury Avenue had moved up on the outside to take the lead from Dr. Grace. Palace Guest can't go on. Shivers Revenge is 4th. Just behind them, Citizen, followed by Rough Habit, is held up for a run. Right around them, here comes Superimpose, gaining ground with every stride. He's followed by Durbridge and Weekend Delight as they straighten up in the Caulfield Stakes now. And it's Dr. Grace moving up on the outside to tackle Shaftesbury Avenue, clear of Citizen. Down the outside, flying home, Superimpose. Down past the 200-metre mark, Shaftesbury Avenue on the inside from Dr. Grace, Superimpose and Citizen. But it's Shaftesbury Avenue in front with 100 metres left to go. He'll be too good, Shaftesbury. Shaftesbury Avenue by 2 lengths to Superimpose second, Citizen third.
Well, we've mentioned Darren Gouch, you've got to mention Bart Cummings. That's one of the outstanding training feats. 3rd up to, and first start at 2,000 metres, that horse. What about the Beaten Brigade? Rough Habit, champion on a wet track?
A couple of days without eating, Bruce, after the inoculations for Japan. He'll do better.
Castletown?
Castletown was a nice run for a handicap. I still like him in the Melbourne Cup.
Superimpose was terrific again.
Absolutely courageous.
Durbridge?
Yes. Durbridge bled, and we won't see him again, sadly, this spring.
OK, so he's
Weekend Delight flopped. And the only one missing we should mention was Surface Paradise, who Dave O'Sullivan, with hindsight, made a mistake yesterday by running him in a $12,000 race on a bog track at Ellerslie. Surface Paradise ran the worst race of his career. He finished 10th, and that was his final lead up to the Cox Plate. So he's going to have to be something super, isn't he?
Good. He's going to struggle now. So we really did see, I think, the Cox Plate field there. Different race at Moonee Valley. There'll be more pressure on Shaftesbury Avenue maybe from the 800, but... well, he's the one at the moment. Let's go to the Caulfield Guineas. Chortle winning at 15 to 1. Guineas that was probably slightly down on some of the old Caulfield Guineas we'd seen in the past, but over the last few years it has produced some shock results.
Noble Answer is the leader, led by a length to Beowulf, and Shortler's getting a lovely run on the inside, and Naturalism making ground from a long way back, and Feeling coming around them, and they're followed by Charleston Party and Ready to Explode in the centres, looking for a run, followed by Did He Do It, many chances on the home turn. Noble Answer being tackled very quickly by Feeling. Shortler's there in the centre. Over on the inside, Roger John, Glorious Day, Ready to Explode under pressure, a long gap to Did He Do It as they come down past the 200. Shortler has taken the lead in the Guineas, and Shortler is clear of Feeling. Glorious Day, Naturalism finishing fast from a long way back, but Shortle is the leader with 100 metres left to go. Naturalism finished very fast, but Shortle too good. Shortle by a half length, Naturalism. 3rd, Ready to Explode, Glorious Day. 4th, followed by Feeling, Did He Do It, Roger John.
Well, the York-McLaughlin combination doing very well with St Jude, and also this horse, Chortle. Naturalism, the run from the Derby point of view?
Yeah, it's a good run. Damien Oliver was suspended, Bruce, after the race. He'll won't be back till Cox Plate Day, and he was the likely rider for Bold Rancher in the Caulfield Cup. That was taken this morning. by Darren Beedman.
OK, well, that's an important one, the Bold Rancher, because we'll go and have a look at the Toorak handicap now. St Jude gets interfered with before the home turn and flattens Bold Rancher. And have a look at Bold Rancher in the last 50 metres of the race. He's steaming home, and he might be a chance in the Caulfield Cup. Here's the Toorak.
Where the leader now, Cossack Ruler, takes up the running by a length. Livingstone Lane second, half a length away, running on Pacifica. Then Comrade, followed by St Jude, who's over on the inside of Rockets Galore, gaining ground. Black Sun behind them, Impeterica. They're followed by Coe's Deals, who's a bit further back there to Bold Rancher, who's over on the inside, dropping back. Bold Rancher held up for a run there. Deposition on his outside, coming around them, followed by Nelligan's Flyer and Our Dawn Star last of all as they make the home turner. Cossack Ruler again being tackled on the inside by Livingstone Lane, and looming up just behind them, Rockets Galore as they straighten up, followed by Pacific, and deeper on the track is Impeterica. They're homeward bound. Livingstone Lane on the inside as the leader in the Toorak is kicked away by a length and a half. Cossack Ruler. Here's Comrade into the clear now, finishing on well, and they're followed by St Jude over on the inside, and Black Sun running home pretty well. Comrade has taken the lead with 100 metres left to go from Black Sun, but it's Comrade's Toorak handicap. Comrade has won it from Livingstone Lane. Black Sun third. Fourth, Bold Rancher had no luck at all.
Yes, John Russell saying about Bold Rancher having no luck. Comrade, where does he go from here? He's a good horse, isn't he?
He's a good horse, but he's going into the Cox Plate if he makes the cut-off, Bruce, and I think that race will test him. Jim Cassidy, nice to see him win that race, because he has been hopper wrong, Cassidy, lately, with some wrong decisions, and maybe that cost him a Melbourne Cup last year. It might cost him a Cox Plate this year. Yes,
deciding on Rough Habit rather than Shaftesbury Avenue, Jim Cassidy. 14 seconds for Livingstone Lane. He's been the real bridesmaid, hasn't he, of Australian racing in the last 12 months.
Yes, and a couple of Melbourne jockeys chasing the ride on him this morning in the Caulfield Cup, because he looks like just squeezing into the field.
OK, let's take a look at the Herbert Power. This is normally a reasonable guide to the Caulfield Cup. I'm not sure about yesterday. Rentino was a big flop here, heavily backed the grade from New Zealand.
My Lord is being taken on for the lead now by Starmatic, who sprinted fast to take over, and round the turn Starmatic takes a slight lead from My Lord. Here comes Grooming on the outside, finishing on Rizzi, and from a long way back is Rashik, and they're followed by Rentino, and further back is Pabulum. Homeward bound now, and Grooming on the outside has raced up to tackle Starmatic, who's battling on very well, but Grooming is the leader coming down to the 150. Starmatic plugging away on the inside. Princess Pushy finishing very fast along the rail. It's Grooming the outside, Starmatic, and Princess Pushy is flying home on the inside. Grooming just the leader. They hit it. Might be Princess Pushy from Grooming. There's nothing in it. Princess Pushy and Grooming in a tight one. Third home is Starmatic, and they were followed by My Lord.
Well, she's improved, hasn't she? She's unlucky last start at Caulfield.
Yeah, she's taken to staying at 6 years of age. I didn't think she'd do it yesterday, but now having done it, she perhaps is a roughie with a rough chance next week in the Caulfield Cup.
Well, she's in the form of her career. Let's take a look at the Metropolitan, Keith, that was run earlier in the week on Monday at Randwick. Good performance by Lord Revenue, who's copped a hefty whack now in the weights. He's gone up 2.5 after this victory.
500 to go, leads 5 lengths. Maharaja second, one Pompeius, Magnolia Hall, followed by Moods a length, Rural Prince, Pontiac Lass, Garter King, and then Lord Revenue and Solar Circle from initial approach, straightening up and over the rise, 300 to go. They're closing in on Destiny Boy. Maharaja claims him with Moods. Magnolia Hall behind those, and here comes Lord Revenue from Rural Prince. Moods hits the front. On the inside, Maharaja second, Lord Revenue coming with a big run, and Pompeius battling on with Magnolia Hall. Lord Revenue runs to Moods. Lord Revenue going home too well. Lord Revenue wins the Metrop. Lord Revenue from a tight finish, Maharaja and Magnolia Hall, and then came Pompeius with Moods.
Flop just a dancer. Lord Revenue, how do you think he may measure up? That was a soft win, I thought.
Yes, it was. The weights make it a little tougher for him, but he's got some class because he's Derby placed and he can stay, Bruce.
Keith, let's go back a week. I know it's old news now, the Epsom Handicap, but we didn't have a program last Sunday with Bathurst. This is one of the most outstanding performances and thrilling performances you'll ever see. Superimposed, creating history with Darren Beedman riding superbly in the Epsom.
Somalia's run off the track. He's gone right out off the course towards the 800 mark. Now Stylish Sensory is in 4th spot. Quick Score beautifully placed. Then Flying Luskin, out deep Stargazer. Rechabite between runners, followed by Majestic Boy, followed by Twiglet. Further back Steineck, Brunch Time, Bassie's Pride. Somalia's rider trying to get him back on the track, and then Movil Peter. Bold Rancher cluttered up on the fence from Royal Creation, Deposition, and Superimpose has about 2 behind him as they turn for home, and he's got nowhere to go coming over the rise. Planet Ruler joins joined on the inside by Liverstone Lane. Liverstone Lane takes the lead, coming to the 200 mark. Quick Score into the clear, running on strongly. Twiglet down the outside, running a big race at big odds, and Bold Ranch is into the clear now. Liverstone Lane is the leader. Down the outside is Twiglet. Look at Superimpose. He's come through between horses. He's going to do it. It's history at Randwick. Superimpose has come from last, and he wins his second Epsom. An amazing performance and a great ride by Beedman. Superimpose has beaten Liverstone Lane. Bold Rancher and Deposition in a photo for third.
Trying to analyse the significance of that. We're not put that on a par with Kingston Town's 3 Cox Plates to win 2 Doncasters and 2 Epsoms.
Yes, it won't be done again, I'm sure. And if you wanted to put that on this segment every week, I'll sit here and watch it. I enjoyed that.
Oh, what a ride by Beedman. Let's have a look at the Caulfield Cup market. This is run next Saturday, one of the great races. Let's Elope, who won the Turnbull last week, and Prince O'Leary. Keith, are you still sticking with Prince O'Leary as your selection?
Yes, I am at this stage, Bruce. Both the favourites, the joint favourites, stayed at home yesterday, but Prince O'Leary is my choice.
I don't like Weekend Delight. Dr. Grace still in with a chance. Castletown may even be better at Flemington, I think, in the Melbourne Cup. And I'll give Bold Rancher a little chance at 15-1. It's just whether he'll get the 1.5 miles.
Yes, you can have him. Mick Dittman will stick with Siddiston.
OK, I don't like him. He won it last year. All right, well, I'll go for Bold Rancher, Keith. I'll bet you a tats ticket the Bold Rancher beats Prince O'Leary home. And
Okay.
listen, that Japan Cup, you were just telling me a moment ago, if somebody wants to go with you, and I don't know why anyone would, except it'll be great racing, they can contact you at 3UZ on Monday.
Absolutely, we're extending that because of Shaftesbury Avenue's win for a couple of days, the cut-off point. Bruce, were you at Canterbury yesterday?
Not Canterbury, no.
Oh, because someone had a bet of 700,000 to 50,000 chortle with Harry Barrett, and I wondered where you were yesterday.
Oh, it was my money, Keith, but I wasn't there. Gee, that's not a bad
It's a
result.
big result, isn't it? Eh?
Poor Harry, 700. We take a break. Keith will be back next week with the Caulfield Cup. After this, Kim with an update.